Coach, it's been a couple weeks since you've got this new practice squad on, but this walk-ons. How's the adjustment period been going so far now that you're a few weeks in?
They've been phenomenal. You can tell that they've been around for a while, though, because their energy's still good, but they're having more mental mistakes. Just the grind of it, and now we've kind of started incorporating more things that we're doing, meetings and film, in hopes that maybe at some point, if somebody has to play, that they know what we're doing. So lifting weights and going to all the meetings and everything like that is taking a little bit of a mental toll on them, but they've been phenomenal.
Are you expecting more roster additions to happen with those guys?
Yeah, I think, I don't know where we are. I hope I don't get ahead, but I think Diamante and Cade Wagner both cleared through compliance and will be added. Likely will dress on Wednesday.
So how has their involvement changed since, say, that first week with the team?
Well, first, really didn't. Obviously, seeing what they could do in that tryout wasn't a whole lot other than just that they got some feel for basketball. And so it took a while to figure out what they can learn, what they can do. And so it's primarily just, hey, learn the other team's stuff. And now we're starting to try to get them to learn what we do as well. And that way practice flows a little bit better. And again, who knows if one of these games somebody has to go in, we want them to be as prepared as possible.
Is it difficult at all as a coach to balance teaching them and getting them up to speed with what you have to do with your 8 guys who've been here all year?
Not really. It's not probably the most convenient thing, I would say, but it's necessary. And the thing that's helped is our guys have really helped them along. They really try to talk to them through it, and so they've been a big part of it.
What are the biggest challenges that Texas Tech's going to pose for you guys?
Well, they're really physical. And I just told our guys what they try to do is they try to make you play at the speed offensively that they want you to play at, by pressuring the ball, really getting after you and causing deflections, taking charges, kind of frustrating you into tough shots. I think you flip a coin on them or K-State is the better defensive team. They take more chances. K-State's more kind of solid, make it hard on you, but they're both really good. So that's where you start. The defense is one of the top 2 or 3 in the country by all metrics. And then offensively, they got a lottery pick. So you start there and figure out how to slow him down and give yourself a chance.
When you talk to fans, administrators, what kind of vibe are you getting from them about this season?
I don't know. I think everybody is still very supportive. It's obviously a unique season in a lot of ways, but I haven't got the sense that anyone's happy that we're not winning right now, but I think they understand where we are, how we got here, and that we're doing things to try to get us back to where we can have sustainable success over a period of time because we do things the right way along the ride.
How much easier does that make your job to know you have that backing, have that support?
I've said this publicly multiple times. Mike Holder is the biggest reason any of this has a chance because A, he's the only athletic director in the country 2 years ago that would have had any hopes or thoughts of hiring me. And so when we had the same type of vision on how it gets done and what it takes, that's where you start. And obviously his leadership from there kind of permeates to the rest of the department.
Has this season in any way changed your approach to the future, perspective on what's coming?
Not necessarily. It's changed. We actually have to be more aggressive recruiting now than maybe we thought we would, but we always recruit pretty aggressively anyway, so that helps. And the other thing is I've learned a lot about how to manage crisis. Really, it's probably the biggest takeaway is I think when I retire, I'm going to giving seminars on crisis management.
Did you expect to have to deal with that? And obviously not to this level, but at all. Is that a
Yeah, I've gotten advice from a lot of coaches that it's a big part of the job is discipline, and if you have standards, then they only mean something if you enforce them, and if you don't, then again the standards change, and now you're being run by the people in the program and not necessarily leading. So sometimes you got to take hard stances, but I think it's going to be beneficial for us moving forward.
Who are some of the people who you've turned to for advice in this situation?
Well, it always, it always starts with Coach Holder first and foremost. We talk daily, and it's most of the time not much about basketball per se, but how to lead, and that we're doing things to make these guys better as people, that they're being put in position to have academic success. And then, former coaches who I've played for, Coach Fogler, Coach Odom, George Radlin's a huge mentor of mine. And so those are the guys that I've really tried to lean on. Unfortunately, when I called them all on January 17th, I asked them if they had ever coached 7 players through a season, and none of them had any advice for me on that. So.
I know I've heard some coaches say that when they're recruiting, the recruits aren't paying a whole lot of attention to the team's current record, and that's not a big conversation. What has that been like for you? Has that been an issue at all in terms of?
Well, our signees are all very in
Right.
tune. They also, I think that's one of the things that's been a positive, is been able to continue to tell them, hey, these are real standards. I mean, these are real things, and you have to understand what comes with being a part of this program, and they are very clear on that. With some of the other guys, you don't think they don't seem to know as much. They're not as in tune with your program all the time as your signees are. So, but we talk about it, man. We bring it up. We're very transparent in everything we do from a recruiting standpoint, because we want guys to understand how we do things, what we're about, and then if they're going to be a part of it, what the expectations will be when they have that opportunity.
All of your recruits, or all your signees to an extent, but especially Avery, are on a lot of the highlights on Twitter and stuff. How beneficial is that from a recruiting standpoint, that it has Oklahoma State signee so and so with his?
I really don't know. I don't pay attention to that much of it, and I haven't been on Twitter. I didn't even obviously it must have been on there before, but I don't know if I ever paid that any attention myself. But he's a big part of the future of this program, and the thing about Avery is he really cares about winning. I watched him play last week and was more encouraged because you can see him getting better, and he is just. I mean, all those guys, they just can't wait to come and be a part of it. I encourage them all that they need to finish what they're doing. They're all going to make playoff runs here over the next month or so, and we want them to have that success. But we certainly can't wait till they're here helping us.